Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today's video is going to be another sketchbook video because you guys love these videos and you wanted more urban videos. And this is not actually my sketchbook, it's for a friend of mine that was a second year going to third year now and received 84 on this whole module, best in the class if that helps. I thought it could be interesting to show another person's style instead of always my own, and he has kindly prepared a script explaining his process for me to read. So thank you for that. But before we jump into it, make sure you are subscribed with the bell notification on so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. When we were given the project, we went to the site and started to make notes on the site plan, looking at how we enter the site, what we see, smell, hear, and how we feel walking through these roads. I then did a street section to understand how the site is broken up into private and public spaces and taking as many pictures as possible. I then did some diagrams on the site plan. These include building use, vistas, landmarks, noise levels, topology, and etc. This is mainly to help me remember the site through my logbook rather than having to go back to the site. And just some information about urban design regarding regulations, wind effect on building blocks, and street scenes. As you can see, there's a lot of research needed before getting to the design part, which was so frustrating as I enjoy that more. Then I was looking at precedent studies of urban blocks such as row houses, apartment blocks, landscaping, and in particular Le Corbusier's work in Germany, where he had designed an apartment block which I then analyzed. Then I just had some ideas that popped up. Then again, more research. This was more about how buildings relate to each other when placed on a brownfield site. Since this project was an urban design project, we were learning about it and to understand it more in terms of design, process, and principles. I looked at many more precedent studies, looking at plans, elevations, sections, and perspectives of building. Then there are more sketches using tracing paper with the plan of the site and with a small perspective of an idea that emerged from all these tracing. Then I was just trying to come up with a concept using vistas of the site, access, and topography. Coming up with a concept is not easy when you have a site this scale, as there's so much to consider and you need to switch from an architect to an urban designer, which, trust me, can be confusing and frustrating. Using different shapes of buildings, green spaces, I was allocating spaces for vistas and annotating why I had placed them in that space. One diagram which really helped me was the pedestrian movement, as it gave me an understanding of pedestrians and how they use the site and how building block can be made to complement it. What also really helped me to come up with a concept was the history of the site and how the road system had changed as soon as cars became more dominant, and what the urban grain was of the site and how people used the site and where they were moving from and to. I went back to do more research and decided that I need to include the 7 important urban design rules and implement them in my project. With the concept I had, I was able to move forward with the design of the site, looking at existing access and how I could increase the quality of the public realm. I then started to look at individual areas of the site due to its large scale. So when I had a clear idea, I made a large master plan which was made up of large urban blocks showing different building types, uses, and green spaces. We then had to present our work and what we had done, which included a few precedent studies and a large master plan, few sections, and the process, the concept, with a few initial drawings to show my process and how I got to where I was. We were then put into groups of 2 and we were asked to do a presentation of precedent studies of apartment blocks similar to our building scale. Then we get to the end of the sketchbook, which has a few doodles when being bored in lectures, nothing as students haven't done before. And this was one out of 3 sketchbooks dedicated to this project, and I really hope it helped. I'm Rasha Shururu, and I will see you next time.